Good stuff. Sorry? Oh, very, very. You should always have that now in the boot. Keep it in there. Don't lose it now. Loads, yeah. You're happy enough? You're not too unhappy either. Good afternoon. You're very welcome to Yard GA Club here in the county of Laois. We're here for the Lidl Ladies National Football League. It is the Division 2 meeting of Laois and Clare, a Division 2A clash, in fact, and the sides going under their final preparations ahead of this league opener. Windy day here, breezy crossfield breeze coming towards us here in the coal miners stand in Yard. As I said, both sides going through their final preparations. Clare looking to head towards that dugout, and meanwhile on the home side, on our right hand side, that is Laois. So we'll take a look at the Laois side now that lines up for today's game. In goal for Laois is Emer Barry. She is joined in defence by Clodagh Dunn, Amy Potts and Amy Kelly, and Kelly is the team captain. Rachel Williams, Ellen Healy and Anna Healy make up the half back line. Jane Moore and Orla Hennessy are the midfield partners. Emily Corbett is flanked by Emma Lawler and Rowan Fitzpatrick in the half forward line. The talented Mon Ernie, Laura Marie Maher and Sheafra Havril complete the Laois starting 15. So an interesting side there, picked by manager Tony Brennan, who remains in charge after last year's Division 3 league success. As you can see there on the far side of the pitch, the Clare side just getting the final words of encouragement there from manager Evan Talty, who is in his second year in charge of the Clare ladies team. He picks a side which sees Michaela Glynn in goals, Orla Devitt captains the side from cornerback, Tara Kelly and Grania Harvey make up the full back line. There is one change to the side, which sees Joanna Doohan come in place of number 5, Sheafra Niconnell. Laurie Ryan and Roisin Looney complete the half back line. Ellie Gorman is partnered at midfield by Aisling Reedy. The half forward line sees Lauren Griffin, Aoife Keane and Amy Sexton, while Chloe Maloney, Katrina Callan and Fidelma Marion are the inside forwards. Now, while number 28 Joanna Doohan comes in, she is believed to be lining out in the half forward line, with the half forward listed Lauren Griffin expected to operate at the right wing back position. The referee for today's game is Mr. Paul Burke from the Drogheda Club in County Louth. So he made the spin down, and I'm sure he experienced a little bit of rain on the way. We're experiencing a little bit of it here ourselves in this stand, so a little bit of a drizzle here, but an interesting tie awaits nonetheless. This league sees the 8 Division 2 teams split into 2 groups of 4. This group is Kerry, Tipperary and of course Clare and Laois. So Kerry and Tipperary also doing battle at Fitzgerald Stadium roundabout now as well, and in a couple of weeks time, next week, these sides will be back in action with Clare hosting Kerry and Laois hosting Tipperary. So plenty of ladies football action on offer in the next couple of weeks, so we'll be interested to see who decides to play what way with the breeze here. My own name is Tom Clancy. I'll be taking you through the hour's action, and a reminder that the Ladies Gaelic Football Association have decided to continue to operate with water breaks, so we will have a break for water, tactics break, as Evan Talty told Clare FM this week, an opportunity for him to reset his side. And what can Laois offer us in Division 2, having won the Division 3 crown last year against neighbours Kildare? Healthy enough crowd over to our right hand side in the stand. It is a day for the stand with that strengthening breeze and indeed that light drizzle. So the final patrons making their way into the ground. Like another positional switch on the Clare team, with Roisin Looney certainly for the throw, and anyway lining up at midfield wearing number 7, and it looks like Ellie O'Gorman has switched into the left wing back position. So the training has been done, the preamble has been done, and it's time to commence this Division 2 campaign for both these sides. The league of course did start yesterday with Meath, All-Ireland senior champions, seeing off a much fancied Cork side in Park Chalchin in Meath. So that's the opening of the action. We also had Limerick and London doing battle earlier this afternoon in Limerick, but Division 2 now gets underway. Game on here. and Clare straight into possession of it. Ball kicked direct inside, looking towards their corner forwards, but it's going to beat them all, is it? It's kept in play. That's Chloe Maloney. Maloney has to come back outside, and she finds fellow corner forward Fidelma Marion. Fidelma, you can probably see the flags there on your screen, the wind picking up. Lauren Griffin gets hold of it, back on the 45, and the referee gives a free in. Hands pointed the wrong way, it seemed, for a second, but free in for Clare. And the free is taken short. The Banner looking to start this game on the front foot. Good possession so far. This is Chloe Maloney. Maloney off her left arm out for advantage. The referee, this is the late tackle there, and it's going to be a free from where the ball landed. Perhaps a chance for Clare to have their first strike at the post here in County Laois. Around about 25 metres from goal. In fact, a bit of confusion over whose free it is. Yeah, Laois thought it was theirs, but it's a free in. And the corner forward, Fidelma Marion from the West Clare Gaels club, lines it up. Different colour boots, long socks, going to strike it off the white and right boot. She does that, and she opens the scoring here. Good opening there from Fidelma. And Clare on the score sheet inside 2 minutes. And Laois finally have possession of the football, and it's centre half back Ellen Healy, one of the number of players in the Division 3 team of the year, but they've coughed up possession, and the ball comes back here now, and it's Katrina Callan. Callan kicks it direct inside into the arms of Maloney. Maloney inside to Marion. Marion off the left. One off the left, one off the right, and that's two for Clare. Her second in quick succession, and a bright start for the Munster side, who operate at the intermediate ranks. As the kick out is kicked out short here to Amy Kelly. Kelly goes back inside and is fouled. Kelly gets on with it quick, but has she put too much on that? Well played first time there, and a chance now for Rowan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick got 1 point in last year's finals, pops it off to Emily Corbett. On debut is Corbett, but her pass doesn't go to hand, and Clare can build from the back. Switched across now to Grania Harvey. Harvey spilled there by Amy Sexton, but gathers at the second attempt, and she is fouled. Sexton wastes no time in getting on with it into Roisin Looney, and Looney takes the solo, pops it to Laurie Ryan, encouraged to carry it by her manager. Ryan, lovely ball direct into the corner forward position, picked up there by Katrina Callan, and Callan, she skips inside. There's a one-on-one situation here. A chance of an opening goal of the game. Popped across inside. And there it is. It's the opening goal of the game, and it's Fidelma Marion. Well, her name is all over this one already. A goal and two already to her name, and a goal and two for Clare. A bright start from the women in yellow, and a very good move there. Starting all the way back in the half-back position with Amy Sexton winning a free, taking it quickly, and 4 or 5 passes later, they're in on goal, and well dispatched there by Marion. Rounds the goalkeeper, makes no mistake. 1-2 to no score. And the referee says there's a push there on a Laois player, and a chance now for Rachel Williams to get on with it. Williams, though, gives it away to Ellie O'Gorman. O'Gorman pops it inside to Laurie Ryan, and Ryan cycles possession. Again, that direct ball into the inside forwards, and it's Katrina Callan chasing it. Can she win the race to keep it in? She can. She picks it up, pops it back to Laurie Ryan. Ryan jumps through a tackle there, but good turnover, good possession one there for Laois, and they're going to get a free out, and they get on with it through Amy Kelly. Kelly back across, and now this is Anna Healy. Healy still going with it. Healy pops the hand pass off to Emma Lawler. A long way from goal is Lawler, but just puts a bit too much on it, and Clare are going to come up with it. This is cornerback Grania Harvey back inside. And the goalkeeper, Michaela Glynn, makes herself available, and this time though her pass is going to go astray, and it's Rachel Williams. Williams coming onto it, pops it inside. Can they open their account here? It's Marie Maher off the left foot. Is that going to sneak inside of the post? It isn't. That was an effort from Mo Nerney, and that's the game's opening wide, and it's gone to Laois as Michaela Glynn gets away with a bit of a way over clearance, but she'll have a chance here now to find a yellow shirt, and she pops it away out to the left hand side. As Clare, possession retention crucial in these early stages. Roisin Looney in possession. Good hand pass there. No, the referee says it was a push, and that's why Clare didn't get it to hand. As Looney from Cora Clare has a look up. Looney goes short, and the ball switched across here, but again, good reading there from Rachel Williams. Williams did that a moment ago, and she does so again as she pops it inside to Siofra Havel. Havel, can she get her? She doesn't. She's beaten to it by Clare captain Orla Devitt, and Tara Kelly gives it back to Devitt. Devitt skips inside. Ellie O'Gorman. Gorman jinks out of one tackle, checks back inside, gives it to Joanna Duhan. Joanna, through a couple of tackles, keeps possession. Again, good pressure from Laois, not making it easy for Clare, but they get through that. Laurie Ryan gives it back inside to Aoife Keane. Aoife with the little foot pass inside. Good interchange of passes again from Clare. This is Fidelma Marion, 1-2 to her name. Impressive start by her, but well marshalled this time by Amy Kelly, and still keeps possession of it. Can they add to that 5-point advantage? But they're going to have to be patient on this occasion. Much better defending by the Leinster side, and Aisling really pops it inside. There's a chance here now. This is on to Roisin Looney. Looney, and there it is, a second goal of the game. It's Fidelma Marion. 2 goals and 2 points for her. 2 goals and 2 points for Clare. And what an impressive start. This is just around 7 minutes on the clock. And well, she opened it with a free point from play, a goal from play, and now another goal. I think that's 1-1 off either foot. I stand to be corrected on that, but a fascinating start. A brilliant start from Clare, as Laois really struggling to settle into this one. They can do so now as Anna Healy gets hold of it as the drizzle comes down here, and it's into Jane Moore. Moore finds one of her forwards and across now from Emily Corbett. Can they open the scoring here? They can. It's sent in, kicked over the bar there from number 10, Emma Lawler. Good reply from that second goal and an opening score of the game for Emma Lawler and for Laois. So they're not giving this one up yet. A great kick out there, and Joanna Duhan catches that well, skips a challenge, met by another blue jersey, but passes it off well to Lauren Griffin. Griffin, just not enough pressure on the ball there if you're from a Laois point of view, and well, in fact that's probably why Griffin just decided to take her time on it and coughs it up. And Rowan Fitzpatrick is available for this quick free. Takes it a second attempt to gather it, but Fitzpatrick in possession. Another player on the Division 3 Team of the Year last season, so can she make her mark in Division 2? Slow start though from those Division 3 champions, but chance here now as Laura Marie Maher takes on the full back. Chance here now, Maher sends it in. Great goalkeeping there, caught at the second attempt by Glynn, and Glynn manages to find a teammate, kicks it out there, but chance there for Laois to really get this game back into their grasp. Would have made it a 4-point game at this early juncture. As the free's brought forward, it's been kicked away. As the drizzle finds its way into the stand here. Ellie O'Gorman. Well, referee's going to have a word here with a couple of players, number 9 and number 8, and it's actually number 8, Jane Moore, he's not happy with. I think he's threatening her with a couple of minutes in the bin if she doesn't keep it shut. as O'Gorman, the second attempt, gets the free on and finds one of her forwards, gets it back here. Good work by Clare. And seems to be a holding off the ball. Good spot there by the referee. If there is a breeze favouring either side, you would say it was favouring Clare. Certainly isn't favouring the host, but referee notes a Clare player for pulling off the ball there. To be Lauren Griffin, I think, on that occasion. As the ball switched across to this near stand side, and Laois looking to add to that point. They got a couple of minutes to go from Emma Lawler. Ellie O'Gorman. Can she help them retain possession? She can. O'Gorman kicks it back inside to centre half back Laurie Ryan. And a good interchange there. Orla Devitt comes out with it. Looks for Laurie Ryan and Ellie O'Gorman. Between them, decide you can have it, and it's Ryan who gets it. Advantage being played. O'Gorman puts it into Joanna Doohan. It's made her impact. Not originally selected, but has settled well into this side. And a chance here now for Lauren Griffin. One player on the score sheet for either side, but it's the damage done by Fidelma Marion that has made all the difference. Here she is again. Seems equally comfortable off either foot. This ball sent inside. A chance here now. Oh, just spilled there. And Clodagh Dunn can recycle it to goalkeeper Emer Barry. And, they can come away with it now as Shifa Havel finds her way a long way from her named position at corner forward, but needs must, I'm afraid, at this stage for a Laois player. And Erin Fitzpatrick gets on it. Has made a couple of impressive runs so far, has Fitzpatrick, and she makes another one here. Tries to play a 1-2 with Anna Healy, but Fitzpatrick just had to go back for it, and gives it now to Laura Marie Maher from the Sarsfield club. Takes on her player. Can she get a shot at the sticks? Not on this occasion. Gets it back. Lovely 1-2 there. Decides not to shoot. Going to switch it across instead. A chance here now for number 10, Emma Lawler. Switch back across. That looks to be good. It is. It's sent in. It's sent over the bar as Mo Nerney got the winning point in last year's league final. Opens her account in Division 2. And that's 2 in a row now for Laois. They've settled since that second goal from Marion Ann, I should say. Bright opening now from Laois, but Clare look very impressive in carrying the ball out of defence. And as I say that, it's blocked down. Referee lets play continue as Amy Sexton comes back inside to Roisin Looney. Looney gives it back across. Lauren Griffin sends it inside. Oh, lovely pick up there from the Clare forward, and Joanna Doonan is deemed to have charged her way through the Laois player. And it looks like we're going to have a substitution on the Laois side, across on that far side. Linesman has his flag up. We're just going to wait and see, and it's actually a sub on the Clare side over to our left hand side. So just confirm that now when I gather who that is. Well, it's Lauren Griffin who looks to be making way. And in Lauren's place is Sinead O'Keefe. Didn't look to be injured, but Clare making the change, and will it have the desired effect as Joanna Doonan gets onto the ball, and Clare can build again. Ball sent inside, but again it's a blue shirt in front of Amy Kelly. Sends it across to Ellen Healy. Healy across to Orla Hennessy. Just out of minor. Captain her club to a county title at minor level last year, and referee decides that free is good. Let's play go on. Anna Healy into a tackle, is fouled. Another free there as Orla Hennessy gets on with it, sends it in direct to Shiafra Havel. Chance here now. Is that a third in a row? It is. It's your own Fitzpatrick opens her tally for the year, and that's 3 in a row. And Clare, while they had the early running of it, have met their match now in the last few minutes. There is the water break. Just on the 15-minute mark. So, bright opening by Clare, 2-2 for number 15, Fidelma Marinan. But that was before Laois really woke up into this contest, and a trio of points brings them somewhat back into the game, back to 5 points. Points from Emma Lawler, Mo Nerney, and the last one you just saw there from Eroan Fitzpatrick. So making a fist of this one after a difficult opening. I've nothing, that's it. Chance to regroup for both sides. Clare will have the kick out when we resume. Rude awakening to Division 2 for Evan Talty's, sorry, not Evan Talty, for Tony Brennan and Laois. There's the whistle. Referee wants them to get on with it. These sides met in the 2020 intermediate group stages. Clare winning out 5-7 to 110. And in 2019, Clare another handful of goals, 4-13 to 112. So they've had the recent successes over at Laois, but Laois have improved. Playing intermediate both sides, but now both playing in Division 2. So I'd expect it to be a competitive outing for both sides as Michaela Glynn gets us back underway. That kick out just about finds its way. Well, it's push there, another free, another needless free if you're on the Laois side of things. There's a bit of a push there from Mo Nerney, not too happy with her opposition as Clare get on with it. This is Roisin Looney, goes back inside, gets it again. Lovely interchange of passes from Clare there, linking the play very well. Did play Mayo in a recent challenge match at the Airdome, and showing early signs here that they're going to be a force this season in Division 2 and indeed in the subsequent championship, as they get on with it, as Doonan looks to just get onto that. And good battle she's having there with Rachel Williams, but it's the Clare lady who comes out on top on this occasion. Referee is happy to let play continue. Here's the goal scorer for Fidelma Marinan, and skips one way, skips the other. Can she add to that 2-2? She certainly can, I think. Yes, straight over. That's great stuff from the corner forwards, and Laois will have been speaking at the water break, try to get a handle on that, but nothing they can do, and her tally grows, and the lead is pushed back out now to 2 goals. So Fidelma has been an extremely bright spark in this side, as Laois's kick out just doesn't go to plan, and Clare got on with it, and it's Amy Sexton looking to get on with it, looking to get there, but good defensive work there. Bit of a scrum developing, and the referee says she was on the ground when prone on the ground when it was played, so it's going to be a free out as they get on with it here through Rachel Williams. Williams, small in stature, but has given plenty so far for her side to be encouraged about. Certainly attacks that ball as pops it inside to the other wing back. The referee says another foul there. Are they going to switch it there? They're going to kick it across here to Orla Hennessy. Hennessy gets on with it, skips through a couple of challenges, plays it direct inside to the full forward, Laurie Marie Maher from the Sarsfield Club. Maher is held there by the fullback Tara Kelly, and a chance now for a go at this post. It's the corner forward Mo Nerney sends it high, but unfortunately sends it well to the left and wide, a second wide in this contest. Two wides for Laois. Clare pretty much accurate from all their shooting so far. The kick out goes all the way out to the 45. There's a foul there. Referee says Clare can continue from there. Aoife Keane, I haven't seen an awful lot of her. They've had some very, very busy players, but here she is now. Sends it into Fidelma Marianne, and there's very little Laois have offered to stop her influence on this game. She forced all the way back to her own half there as Roisin Looney. Clare certainly playing to a pattern and a rhythm. As Sinead O'Keefe gets on it, is she going to be under pressure here from behind? She isn't, because she just kicks it long, but good defensive work there by Amy Potts. Player of the match in last year's final was Potts, as they look to come away with their own Fitzpatrick. What can she do? Little one inside, that's a bit of a 50-50, and well, it's even worse than 50-50 because there's three Clare players there, and they come away now through Laurie Ryan. Really not playing as a traditional number 6. She's attacking this game. Ellie O'Gorman. O'Gorman floats it over a Laois player. She's met there by a charging defender. Both players come off a little bit worse to wear. Orla Hennessy, the guilty party in that occasion. The referee's going to note her name. It's Amy Sexton. Might require a little bit of treatment from the team physio, but looks like she'll be okay to continue. So thankfully Sexton is okay to continue with Chloe Maloney. Gonna have a look here, 45, maybe 46 metres out. Well, she's made it inside the 45 there with her stance. This would be impressive. Tries to bounce the ball and isn't able to, so pops it inside. But Laois come away with it as Anna Healy gets it, and popped inside to Ellen Healy. 4 sets of sisters on the Clare panel as Laois just looking to run away with it. That ball a little bit stuck to the floor there in that middle area. And the pitch in very good condition for February, considering the amount of rain we've had in recent weeks. But on this occasion, kick it away. Chance now for Roisin Looney, but our pass doesn't go to hand. Laois got a second chance at it. Emma Lawler skips past a couple of challenges at Harm, up for advantage. And the referee's going to bring this forward for a little bit of dissent. Silly from a Clare point of view. The free now becomes a little bit more manageable and a little bit more profitable. So Donnie Brennan looking for a little bit more from his side. There's a little overlapping run on this side, but not able to be found just at this stage by Emily Corbett. Corbett takes it on herself. 1, 2, 3 Clare players in her way. Corbett blocked down by one of those. And it was Ellie O'Gorman on that occasion. Great stuff from the Kilmahill player, and she's back in possession. Pops a hand pass through a gap. It's a Clare player down to our left-hand side, but they're going to continue here now. Advantage being played. And the referee decides they're going to go back here as Amy Sexton is fouled here. We're going to have a pause in the game for the injury in around the 20-metre line there. Not sure who exactly is prone, but it might have been from that block. In fact, Emily Corbett was looking to open her account, but a wall of yellow and blue, one of them blocked it. And it's centre half back Ellen Healy. Seems in some discomfort, but we're going to continue as Ellie O'Gorman gets the free, but gives it away. Chance now for Jane Moore, and linking across there is good to see Laurie Ryan back to her feet. Apologies, mixed up the two number 6s there, but advantage being played now for Laois. Back across here. Another free, a lot of frees early in this contest. As Mo Nerney goes out to have a look at this. She's not going to shoot though. She's going to play it short inside to Emily Corbett. Corbett back to Emma Lawler. Lawler with the advantage now being played, and free has been awarded again. A little bit closer to goal this time, and maybe it's time for Mo Nerney to settle herself down and aim for the green spot on that crossbar. You just feel with the margin at 6 points that Laois need a couple of quick scores to bring themselves back in it. As well done, Mo goes around the ground here. Mo Nerney, her second point of the afternoon, first from a free. The first for Laois since the water break, as Glynn goes long with the kick out into Joanna Doonan. Doonan read that well, didn't lose the flight of it, sends it direct inside. Great defending there though by Clodagh Dunn, and Dunn delighted with that. There's another push there, a lot of pushes late in the day here, and the referee picking up on that, being very strict on that, and Laois can counter attack from here. But what about that from Clodagh Dunn, one of the longest serving players in the panel. It's the best part of a decade done now in the blue and white of Laois, but we get on with it. Here is Mo Nerney. Nerney, long way from where she normally operates at the inside far line, but needs must. She has the ball, she has a free, sends it across now to Anna Healy. Healy, good linking there. That's more like it from Laois, as Eoin Fitzpatrick. Can she add to her tally? She sends this one high, she sends it straight over the crossbar, and Eoin Fitzpatrick with her second, Laois's fifth, and good stuff there. They just put a bit of tempo into it once they were fouled. 2 or 3 fouls, found themselves up the pitch, but didn't wait on that one, didn't let Clare reset, and cut the gap back to 4. Clare yet to find a second scorer in this game, bizarrely, with 2-3 to the name. It's 2-3 to the name of Fidelma Marion, and as they get on with it here. But Laois coming again. Jane Moore through a couple of challenges. Can she hand pass it across? She can. It's caught inside. Chance of a goal here. It's blocked down. 2 Clare players, one of them being fullback Tara Kelly. There's still a chance though. It comes back here, and there it is. It's trickling over the line. It's Mo Nerney. Point a couple of minutes ago. 1-2 now to her name, and it's suddenly a 1-point game. Well, how about that? Good defensive work initially by Tara Kelly, but Mo Nerney didn't need too much more opportunity. She picked up the loose ball and got on with it, but suddenly Clare, having found themselves 2-2 to no score ahead, have scored just 1 point since then, and 1-5 for Laois. Laois on top. Here is Fidelma Marion. Is looking impressive, closer to goal, skips past her marker, met now by another defender here. Referee says too many steps, and suddenly what was going oh so right in the early exchanges for Clare is starting to come unstuck a little bit, as Laois come thundering into this one thanks to that Mo Nerney goal. But coughed up possession here now, and ball sent directly into an opposition hands, and it's Rachel Williams coming away with it. Williams surveying her options down an awful lot in front, so she comes across and back inside, and it's finds its way towards Anna Healy, but Clare turned it over. And can they break quickly? This is Laurie Ryan. Ryan inside to Aisling Reedy. Here, advantage being played. Here's Laurie Ryan. Can she grab it? She can, just about. Second attempt. Pops it back across to Katrina Callan. Callan has to go back for it, has to go back out 20-30 metres out, and recycled here. Referee lets them play on, and it's sent in. It's going to go short. Is it going to trickle wide? Or the goalkeeper, I should say, decides she's going to keep that in play, and she gets on with it. Emily Corbett now called into the Ireland under-19 international soccer team over the last few days, and showing her multi-talent and assist by making her debut here for Laois today. They get on with it. Another free in around that middle area as fullback Amy Potts finds herself up the field, takes on Ellie O'Gorman, pops it back inside. Good interchange of passes as Jane Moore gets on with it. And here's Mo Nerney. Nerney now is on fire. Mo Nerney, a goal and 3 now for her, and we have a level game for the very first time this afternoon. Well, who said the water breaks weren't important? 4 points of the last 5 since that water break have gone to the home side here in Cretty Yard GA Club, not too far from the Kilkenny and Carlow borders. So they get on with it here. Good stuff from Clare to find ourselves out of the press, but centre back Ellen Healy is going to get there first for Laois. She does. And Healy gets on with it, and the referee decides Healy was fouled. Gets on it. Again, Clare just losing their structure, losing that ruthlessness that they had in the early exchanges. As Laura Marie Maher, she is fouled. The referee saw not a foul on her, indeed a foul on a runner, and comes back to the 45. He's gone to the book a lot to note names. He's noting another one there, so yellow cards can prove crucial, the sin binning, but they get on with it here now as Orla Hennessy makes a run, but Ellie O'Gorman blocks it down and is fouled in the process by Jane Moore. Chance for Clare to catch their breath. They've really struggled. 2-2 after 7 minutes. You can see nearly 20 minutes have just amassed 1 point, and that was from this player here, Fidelma Marinan. She is a pacey operator. Well, she fouled there. No, she isn't. She continues. Chased well by Emily Corbett. Checks back inside. And she's deemed to have fouled Corbett in keeping possession. And the referee brings it back for dissent. He's been sharp enough on his calls, in fairness to him. The Laois native claimed that she handed off her opponent, not allowed. And Laois get on with it. Anna Healy on that far sideline puts it inside to Ellen Healy. Back to Anna. Pitch just very soft in that middle area. Another foul there. I think Clare will be looking for that half-time whistle, as Laois really dominating now as Clodagh Dunn finds it inside, and it's found its way to Jane Moore. Moore across to Rachel Williams. Williams, lovely way to beat the Clare press as she finds a way to Anna Healy. Again, there's runners all the time, and there's going to be another chance here now. She's met by a yellow jersey, but pass is a little bit wayward, and Clare can count themselves lucky not to find themselves behind. This concession of poor possession and fouls in around the middle has let Laois back into this game. Met by a blue wall. The referee says play can continue, and he says that there eventually was a foul there. What a second half we're going to have here. We're still playing first half. We're, by my calculations, in around 30 played when you exclude the water break, so we're not too far away. So Paul Burke lets this play continue. Sent in direct. But this time, strength in numbers there, and another push and another free out. And, just getting a little bit touchy from both sides when they concede frees. And again, it is brought forward. So Clare's discipline letting themselves down, letting Laois dictate proceedings. Ball taken quickly to Amy Kelly, St. Conlets. Back across to Orla Hennessy. Can they get the lead score before the interval? It is Drain Moore. Moore sends it to Rowan Fitzpatrick, sends it inside now to Shifra Havel, and back to, oh, this is great play. Chance now for Rachel Williams, but sent back inside. There's the full forward, and there is the lead score. It's Laura Marie Maher. Well, in my own head I was saying that this game looked, I wouldn't say over, but looked firmly in Clare's control after 7 or 8 minutes. 2-2 to no score, but all of a sudden Laois have turned this game on its head and they lead at the half-time interval. There is the whistle from Paul Burke. A goal in 7 to 2-3. We can catch our breath. The rain looks to have stopped in time for just a bit of a break here. So an interesting half ahead in the Lidl Ladies Division 2A contest. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Join us then. Very welcome back to Cretty Yard GA Club here in the county of Laois. It is half time between Laois and Clare, and it is Laois in the lead, 1 goal and 7 to 2-3, despite a very, very bright opening from the Clare side. Laois have found themselves back in this contest. A goal from Mo Nerney and a subsequent point from full forward Laura Marie Maher has them ahead at the interval. Elsewhere in this Division 2 campaign, there is Division 2A indeed. There is a meeting now of Kerry and Tipperary, an all-Munster clash at Fitzgerald Stadium, and it is Kerry in the lead at the interval, 6 points to 1. Even enough opening there. There was a point apiece, but 5 on the spin have Kerry in the advantage there. So a reminder that there will be 3 rounds in this league, of course. Kerry, Tipperary, Clare and Laois, the 4 sides participating. Clare and Kerry in round 2. That will be played in Doonbeg on Saturday the 19th. That's next Saturday. So the other meeting then will be Laois holding Tipperary, and the final round of group games will be on the 6th of March. That is a Sunday, and that is Kerry hosting Laois, and Clare will travel to FBD Semple Stadium. So it'll be interesting to see who will come out in the top 2 spots and book themselves a semi-final berth. The other group sees Tyrone, Monaghan, Armagh and Cavan. They're doing battle. The games this afternoon is Cavan and Monaghan, and Tyrone have made the trip to Armagh. So 4 Ulster sides in the other side of this group. There is the Laois side, a bit of pep in their step coming out for the second half, and Clare not too far behind them. The referee has been busy in this game, while hasn't had the need, he sees, yet to go to his book, but has given an awful lot of frees. Paul Burke, that is from Drogheda. So him and his match officials, they've been out in the field for 5 or 6 minutes. He's sounding the whistle there as the sides amble their way back to their positions. Reminder, my own name is Tom Clancy. We've had the camera cleaned here at half time. It's been a little bit drizzly this afternoon in the county of Laois, but hopefully now the sun, which is just over to our left hand side, will remain out, and the cold will stay away, and we'll be in for another thrilling 30 minutes of ladies football action. No news on any changes to either side, but if and when there are, I'll do my best to bring them to you. Well, the teams are a little bit off centre there as the referee wants to get the game underway. Big half in the context of this league for both sides, with such a short run with only 3 league games to get into those top 2 berths. A win here will go a long way to putting maybe not a foot, but certainly some part of it into the next round. And we're back underway, but it's Laois in the ascendancy here now. Raging through the middle is Emily Corbett. Corbett finds her pass. Can she get it back? She can, but can she grab it? Second attempt. Back to midfielder Orla Hennessy. Hennessy off the left. That's going to go right close, but it's well held by Michaela Glynn. As Glynn, good modern day goalkeeper from Glynn, doesn't stick to her line. Gets out, is an option, finds Ellie O'Gorman. O'Gorman checks back inside, gets it back to Glynn. Good pressure though by Laois, not leaving it out easily, but Clare have to come across to that far side. And there is Roisin Looney operating, it seems, around the midfield area, but too many steps from Laurie Ryan. She won an O'Connor Cup with UL in 2019, the last year that was completed. And well, she'll be disappointed to cough up a free there, as the familiar figure of Mo Nerney stands over this just at the edge of the D here. Wind a little bit at her back. It's going to go close. It's going to go just, well, it's not just, it is a good bit to the right and wide. 2 wides in the first half for Laois. Nerney with one of those, and she's added to that. Clare yet to kick a wide in this contest. A couple of shots short into the hands, the grateful hands of Emer Barry in the Laois goal. But straight away the pressure is on from Laois to try and extend that narrow advantage, as there's a chance here, but it's just about intercepted by Roisin Looney. Chance here now, there it is. Great goalkeeping back. Great goalkeeping there, finds his way to Looney, and Clare can clear their lines. Good stuff by Michaela Glynn, while her side can scarcely believe what's happening in this contest. 2-2 to no score, reminder they led, and they've managed a single point since then. It's been all Laois really since the opening 10 minutes, and definitely since that first half water break. Is ball all the way out into the corner here. Recycle now to Emma Lawler, back to Mo Nerney back to Aaron Fitzpatrick. 2 to her name from the first half, and a nod from one umpire to the other. That'll tell you that Aaron Fitzpatrick is on target, and that they've doubled their advantage. Snuck ahead just before the interval, and a second point, or third point now from Fitzpatrick. And suddenly they're on 1-8. Clare offering very little in attack in the latter half of that first half, but Laurie Ryan looking to change that. Ryan skips inside, left-footed, bit of height on that one, falls nicely now for the full forward, indeed the corner forward, back inside to Amy Sexton. Sexton met by a sea of challenges and a ball that comes back to O'Gorman. Back inside, and the handling has just eluded Clare at this stage. Here is Emily Corbett. Corbett is fouled by her opposite number, Aoife Keane. A chance for Clare, or for Laois, I should say, to build an attack here. They do go short to Amy Kelly. Kelly just diagonally across the field and playing to a bit of a system where, well, it's stuck on the ground there, and well, another foul there by Chloe Maloney. The referee has indicated that's her second one of that nature. Maybe a final warning for the Kilmurry-Ibricken player. She'll want to watch herself, or she'll find herself 10 minutes in the bin. Game back on. They go all the way backwards. Well, find Katrina Canlon of Clare is going to race onto this sloppy from Laois, giving the impetus back to Clare, and that's maybe a little stroke of luck that they need. Here's Canlon, skips out of a tackle, great block there from Clodagh Dunn, and she is subsequently fouled. Chance gone a begging for Clare once again. Fortuitous enough that that chance even came, but Joanna Williams, or Rachel Williams I should say, skips out of a couple of challenges, and a little bit of dissatisfaction, it must be said, from the Clare sideline. So get on with it anyway. That's the case. A bit of pace put into this attack now. Can they switch across? They can. Comes across to Orla Hennessy. Just a bit choppy on underfoot in that middle area. Shouts of steps from Clare. Frustration, it seems, getting the better of him at the minute. Laois getting on with it. Spilled once, twice. And this is Laurie Ryan. Sloppy from both sides in the early exchanges in the second half as Aoife Keane back in her half-back line. That's a risky pass. There's a barge in the back there from Joanna Doonan, and a free for Laois. Clare need to get their composure back. They've struggled for large periods, and certainly since that water break, as I say, they've found themselves on the back foot. Well, the referee sees that as an accidental clash. Physio on hand and straight in. A reminder, various different packages available on the Lidl Ladies National Football League games. You can buy individual games, a season pass or a weekend pass, so take your pick. Plenty of contests up for grabs for your viewing pleasure. Thankfully, the Clare player is back to her feet, and we're going to have what will indeed be an indirect free, as it were, to Anna Healy and to Laois. Laois just sending it long inside to Emily Corbett. Corbett, as I say, Ireland under-19 international, sends it inside here. There's a chance. Time past the cross, and Mo Nerney sticks it into the back of the net. Well, she certainly knows where the back of the net is. Found the net in her last league outing. That indeed the Division 3 league final win over Kildare last summer. And suddenly they're 2-8 to 2-3. It's one-way traffic here as the kick out doesn't reach its intended target, doesn't go outside the 20-metre line, so it's left by Grania Harvey, and it's going to be a line ball for Laois. As Laois, or Clare turned it over, and breakaway from Grania Harvey. Laurie Ryan back to Ellie O'Gorman. Back to Looney. Great pressure being applied by Laois. That just wasn't there in the opening 5 or 6 minutes of the game. That's why they found themselves rears, but they've dug themselves back into this contest as Orla Devitt makes a run from cornerback. This is another player with two goals, Fidelma Marninan, and she skips past a couple of challenges. Can she add to her 2-3? Looks tentatively at the post, but pops it back to the midfielder. Good block there. It's going to trickle out, is it? It's going to be kept in play. It is a wide, and that is Clare's first wide of this contest. There's going to be a substitution or two, or three even, on the Clare sideline. Yeah, it's a triple substitution for Clare. They need fresh legs. They need a bit of impetus. So who exactly is coming and going? I'll do my best to keep you informed of that. So number 12 and 11 are gone. Number 19 is one of those in. Well, it looks like two of the players in anyway are Grania Nolan from the Banner and Lizzie Roach from Burn Gales are two of the players in place of Amy Sexton and Aoife Keane. The third one, I'll confirm that for you as soon as I have it. And a free out here for another push. Defensive change as well on the Clare side. But Laois, well, they won't want anything to change. They've been very, very impressive in the second half, and indeed at the latter end of the first half. There's another opportunity to extend that lead. Back to midfielder Jane Moore, and Moore is pushed. And Mo Nerney will be licking her lips at the prospect here of adding to her tally. It's going to be what you'd fancy to be a routine tap over free. In fact, it's Emily Lawler who has possession of the ball. She's going to kick this right-footed. And the other Clare sub was Emma McMahon, also came in. Not sure, was it Grania Harvey who made way, but certainly one of the full back line left the field of play, and it's tapped over the bar with some ease from Emma Lawler. She scored 111 in a Division 2 league final here in Laois last year, so certainly knows how to put up a score. She adds further worry to the Clare side. Well, 2-9 now. Impressive scoring in these conditions, and impressive considering the sloppy nature of the opening exchanges. Laurie Ryan, can she drive her side back into the contest? Ryan skipping by 1, 2, 3 challenges, followed the whole way there by Fiona Dooley. Ryan sends it off to the forward line, and there's the advantage coming for Clare. The referee decides the freeze to be given. Katrina Callan was just thinking, I'm in here, but the whistle had gone before the ball made its way to her. She was unmarked heading towards that goal, and a chance for Maloney to have a shot, or indeed work something short here, just on the edge of that D. She decides she's going to go short. She does look for the return, she gets it, but spills it, and immediately is pinned for pushing. Laois got away with that one. Plenty of pressure being applied by Laois. Scoreboard pressure as much as anything else. There is Laura Marie Maher off to the familiar sight of her own Fitzpatrick. 4 now from play from her. And while Clare were unimpressed at the other end by the decision that went against them, Laois got on with it and building that lead, 7 points in front now. Well, you may be saying, why is he going back to the turnaround? But considering they were 8 down and now they're 7 up, that is pretty much phenomenal in terms of turnaround. 15-point swing. 8 down to 7 up. Well, just shows you it's a 60-minute contest, and Donny Brennan will be delighted with the response from his charge. Can they see it out and conclude this game in this manner? Here's Doohan, or Doohan I should say. Skips back inside. She's held. Clare struggling now to really worry the scorekeeper here in Laois, but might have an opportunity here. Here is Fidelma Marinan. Can she get her third goal? She hand passes across. They're a great save by the goalkeeper. What's the referee going to do? He lets her play on. What a save by Emer Barry. It looked almost certain that Clare would have their third goal of this contest, but great save, straight into the stomach, held it, managed to get her pass off, and Laois can now try and go up the other end and maybe seal this contest. Tussle in the middle and a free there given against Aisling Reedy. Once again, a pull of the hand while in the tackle, and a chance now for Chloe Maloney. Well, what a swing that is. It could have been 3-3 to 2-10. It's now 2-11 to 2-3 because Chloe Maloney fires over off her left. And, well, Emer Barry, yet another player in that Division 3 Team of the Year, called into the panel in 2021 after a decade of absence from the Laois setup. Goalkeeper comes out and meets the player there. Referee stopped it for a head injury. Looks to be Laura Marie Maher. Looked like a fair contest, it must be said, for me. The goalkeeper winning that one. She looks in a spot of bother. Referee consulting with his umpires just to our right hand side there, but hopefully they'll draw the conclusion that Michaela Glynn had only eyes for the ball. Approaching that water break, that it seems Laois used to good effect in the opening half, and she's going to be okay to continue. Yeah, and the referee's happy enough that Glynn can continue it for Clare. Sends it back inside to Griffin. Gets it back again, does Glynn. Dribbles one out here. Clare just not able to get that fluency in their passing that they'd like. Lovely jink and lovely step there is here is Marianne. Well, she probably could have taken that shot on a minute ago herself, decided to pass, and her teammate saw her effort saved by Barry in the Laois goal. And here is number 30, Emma McMahon. McMahon is pushed. Well, Laois players think it's a free their way, but they've left the space for Clare now to launch attack of their own. Roisin Looney, just something that needs to go Clare's way. Here's Ciara McCarthy. McCarthy sends it in. Who's going to get there first? Fullback Amy Potts is going to get there first, and she finds it out to Anna Healy. Healy to Williams. Williams, jersey's pulled, and she gets on with that free, but kicks it straight away to Laurie Ryan. Probably needed to just set herself up there after getting the free. Here is Lizzie Roach. Roach inside to Looney, to O'Gorman. Can Clare get a score in that drought? There have been long periods in this game where they haven't scored 1 point since that first half water break. Here is O'Gorman. Can she be the player to end it? Pops it back inside. There it is. The drought is over for Clare. And good work on that occasion. Good interchange of passes. Much needed score for the banner. Are we going to have the water break? No, there's a player fixing a boot there. Can Clare put the Laois kick out under the pressure that their kick out has been put under? No, she kicks out over beyond it. This is Williams. She gathers it. Her sister Becky Williams, number 30 on the day, and she's fouled there. Her teammate is fouled, and ball back with Jane Moore. Moore across to Healy, Ellen Healy that is. Healy is fouled. Referee again indicating 2 arms in, not letting the player play. And there's going to be a substitution over on that far side. It's going to be a Laois substitution coming in the forward line. So it looks like Orla Hennessy is going to make way, number 9. And it looks to be Alana Havel, I should say. Apologies, Alana. She is into the action, joining her sister on the contest, but well, the referee gives a free to Clare. Clare get on with it. One player for Clare though inside the opposition 45, and that is the player on the ball here now. That's number 21, Aveen Malone. Malone steps back, advantage being played. Can they work it in? They can. This is a chance now. Can she complete her hat-trick here? Oh, what a save that is from Emer Barry. Well, it looked almost odds on that Fidelma Marinan would complete her hat-trick. But great goalkeeping again now. That's twice in the second half. Emer Barry has come to the Laois rescue and saves it out for a 45. Much better though from Clare in the last 3 or 4 minutes, taking the fight to their Leinster opponents as they get a 45, and scant cancellation for that opportunity miss. Ellie O'Gorman looks, what can she do with it? Chips it over. Lovely ball inside from O'Gorman, and they recycle it now to Lizzie Roach. Roach back to Marinan and back to Aisling Reedy. Sends it inside. Here's Laurie Ryan. Ryan loses possession, but ultimately sends it wide. Second wide for Clare in this contest. Second wide at the second half. There is the second half water break called by Paul Burke. And well, that goal would have brought it back to just a 2-score game, but it's back. It remains, I should say, at 7 points. An impressive third quarter from Laois, 5 points to 1 in that period, as Clare finally ending a drought of almost, let me just see, well, yeah, it was nearly half an hour without a score before a score there a couple of minutes ago, and they quickly could have added a goal, but Marinan denied by some great shot stopping from Shanna Holes, Emer Barry, as everyone draws breath here at Cretty Yard GA Club. Very changeable weather conditions here today. We've had wind, we've had rain, we've had sun, all in a spring afternoon in Ireland. So you can see there the Clare manager Evan Talty from the Kilmurray Bricken Club asking more of his charges. They're going to need something special here now in the last 15 minutes or so. It's even less than that, isn't it? Perhaps only 10 or 12 to go. But they're on the front foot at the minute, and they're back out from the water break. Off Laois, I should say, still inside in their one. And it's going to be a Laois kick out for Barry. Plenty of ladies Gaelic football action available on the in-player in the next couple of weeks. You can watch your county or indeed any other county. We had one game already this afternoon concluded, Limerick defeating London by 2 goals and 9 points to 9 points in the Division 4. Good to see London back in league action for the first time in 14 years, but coming up just short against a much new look Limerick side. And we're back underway here as Barry finds her teammate with the kick out, but Clare have turned it over, and it's Aisling Reedy skipping through a couple of challenges, sends it inside now. This is chance here. Can they work a score? They're looking for the goal, are they? Fidelma sends it in and sends it over the bar. That's 2 goals and 4 for her now, and 2 goals and 5 for Clare. So her influence on the score sheet is well felt. Fidelma Marion jinked one way, jinked the other, and before they knew it, she had added a score added to her impressive tally on the score sheet. So 2 goals and 4 now for her. Well, Clare now suddenly back to within 2 goals and have threatened the goal in the last few minutes, and as the hand passes look to be executed by Ciara McCarthy, she's fouled. Clare get on with it, sent inside. Oh, is a chance for Marinan, and she sends it to the left hand side and wide. Well, she's scored a point off her right, we just saw a moment ago, and what a chance that was for her 3rd goal of the contest. but sends it to the left-hand side and wide. That would have thrown the cat amongst the pigeons in this final 10 minutes. But Laois count themselves lucky that they haven't conceded a third goal. Fair contest there, says the referee. Larry Ryan gets it, sends it direct inside. One-on-one contest in here, taken there by... Oh, that was a chance there taken by Evie Malone, but her shot probably a little bit rushed. She had a little bit more time than she appreciated, and well, gratefully into the hands of Emer Barry as Laois look to get out of here for the first time in what seems like an eternity. Clodagh Dunn sends it inside to substitution Sarah Quigley. Apologies, we missed some of those subs. They come on at various different stages of the contest, and looks to be a shirt pull in there. Referee says he's happy to let the ruck and the scrum develop, and they're going to be a free in. And they missed the shirt pull there in the sea of bodies, so Clare are going to want to watch the descent here to make sure that Mo Nerney doesn't get this free brought into a more suitable angle. It is somewhat suitable for her on her left foot, but what could she do from here? Sends it in, but it's going to go across the face, is it? No, it's not. It's off the post, the upper post that is, and Clare breathe a sigh of relief. But it didn't find its way to a Laois player, but a Laois player has intercepted it now. That's Sarah Quigley. Not too far away from her home club, Timahoe, and a chance. Clare just being encouraged by the spectators who've made the journey here. Well, he lets that continue. The arm is outstretched, advantage for Clare. Can they break quickly? They're going to need to do so. There is Mac Mahan, sends it inside. Here is Fidelma Marinan. We've seen a lot of this player, and she is judged to have handed off her opponent, Rachel Williams. Well, there's a couple of subs, it looks like, on the Clare panel, just trying to listen to the conversation between the referee . Well, a Laois player ends up on the turf, and it's a free run to the ball for the Clare captain, Orla Devitt. Sends it outside to Laurie Ryan. Ryan with the advantage there. The high tackle from the Laois player. She has to go back with it. Clare, though, running out of time, running out of opportunities, you would feel, to get some much needed points on the board in this Division 2A contest. Good interchange there. Emma McMahon pops it off to another sub in there. It's Louise Griffin from Fergus Rovers, and sent in. Can they work a goal here, make it a one-score game, and really get Laois worried like they had in the opening 10 minutes of this contest? Remember, 2-2 to no score they led. Sent to the right-hand side and wide. And that is a fourth Clare wide of this second half. They've created opportunities, but haven't been able to eat into that lead. 5 points to do, I make it in the second half, so the advantage at 6 for Laois as Emer Barry gets on with it. Great fielding there by Jane Moore, and Moore's fouled, or one of her teammates is fouled, and the ball sent in quickly. Clare a little bit lost for positioning as Sarah Quigley takes it high overhead and finds another sub. That's Alana Havel, player of the match in the county final for St. Conleth's last season. And the referee says play on. Clare need that third goal, you feel, if they're going to get anything out of this one. Breaking up the pitch quickly, sent direct. This is going to be a blue and white jersey rather than a yellow and blue jersey. And Moore County, well, I was just going to say looking in control, but for Elma Mary, and very, very busy player. Clare's player of the match, you'd have to say so far. Laurie Ryan, another contender, is dragged back there. And, calls from one Clare player for a yellow card is annoyed by the persistent fouling. Laurie Ryan, as I mentioned already, O'Connor Cup winner with UL, so a player for the big occasion, but not going her way, you must say, so far. Chance now for Ciara McCarthy with this free. And like so many frees in this game, she goes back, the ball barely bouncing off the surface. As this is Sinead Considine, the Scanner Club player, pops it inside. Laois now with players behind the ball, 14 of them in fact. Here's Fidelma, West Clare Gales. Recently appeared in the Clare Senior Final in 2020, and back they go to full-back Tara Kelly, moving her way up the pitch. They desperately need something to go for them. Here it is, Fidelma Marianne. Can she kick a score? She kicks this one high. She kicks it over the crossbar. And her tally has grown now to 2 goals and 5 points. An impressive outing as the clock runs down here in Laois. Come on, Clare is the call to my left-hand side from their supporters. The kick out goes back to the goalkeeper, and good work there from Laois as Jane Moore gets on it. Moore gets her head up, looks to find Fiona Dooley with a pass, and Dooley races onto it. Had to just check her run to get onto it, but chance now for Sarah Quigley. Quigley sends it inside. Chance of a point, and that just might be enough for Laois now, because it's a point that her efforts deserve from Rachel Williams. Went all the way up the field. And, well, the referee now has stopped it here. I think we're going to... Someone isn't too happy. The referee's called over the captain, Orla Devitt, and he wants to have a word with Laurie Ryan. Final warning, you feel. Given the number of fouls, I'm a little bit surprised on a personal level that there hasn't been a card, but in fairness to him, he's done his best to let this game go, let the players get on with it. But Clare's frustration borne out, it would appear, from Ryan there, as Laois concede another free. Chance now for Clare. Feel they gotta get themselves that goal first, and then see can they work a couple of scores. Bit of pressure put on Laois, but Laois finding their way out of one tackle, two tackles, and another free. It's in possession now of Lana Haverhill, and now she pops it off, gives it to Ellen Healy, vice captain last season. A tussle there. It's Laurie Marie Maher pops it off to a runner, and that's Jane Moore. Pops it off again. It's just, you can see by the mud in that area where this game has been a bit scrappy at times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps taken, and the referee agrees with me, and we're back underway here. The body's starting to ache and hurt now as Clare look to launch another attack. Fidelma Marianne is held there. Didn't push her opponent there. Is she spent? Is she out of energy? Well, she's going to go backwards with the free. This all suits Laois, eating into that clock. It's a long way from goal now for Marianne. Pops it off to O'Keefe. Into Emma McMahon. McMahon bearing down on goal now. What can she do here? Does she have options? She sends this one tailing to the right. Is it going to go wide? It stays in play. Referee now indicates the ball has gone wide. And 5 wides for Clare. Just 3 from Laois. Sharp shooting, it must be said, from the O'Moore County. That's why they're 6 to the good. Or certainly why they've scored 2 goals and 12 points. The 2 goals coming from Owen Ernie. Very impressive showings from Rowan Fitzpatrick, Emma Lawler, Emily Corbett in that half-forward line. What can they offer now to see out this contest? Referee letting it go there, but Clare have turned it over. And now this is Aisling Reedy. They really do need a goal, and it's sent inside. Here is Fidelma Marianne, but 1, 2, 3, 4 Laois players meet her, and her hand pass is blocked. A chance to draw a breath as the Clare player is just down there on the deck. That could be Laurie Ryan. Physio has been somewhat busy this afternoon. Great to have them in testing conditions, and indeed it is Laurie Ryan. Since the second half started, we've had, what are we looking at, just over the 30 minutes, but of course we did have that water break retained for the National League, certainly, and beyond that it looks like they will be discontinued in the ladies football calendar, or part of the game. It's Williams inside, Laura Marie Maher. It's 1-2 Clare players holding on to her, and you just feel that Laois are going to get this opening day win. Clare have any kick in them. A couple of spectators heading for the exit doors early on here. They're satisfied that Laois have gathered themselves the opening points of this league campaign, and good work there by Emma McMahon. McMahon gives guilty though of barging through her opponent. Laois get on with it nice and quick. Ball inside to a mud covered forward. That's Mo Nerney back inside again, and difficult angle here, so they're going to recycle, but a yellow hand is in there. Ball knocked back towards the goalkeeper. She comes out, picks it up. Michaela Glynn, despite the concession of 2 goals, she has been a good option for Clare this afternoon and showed well for possession, and Clare not giving this one up as Lauren Griffin gets on with it. Here is Laurie Ryan. Ryan skips past one challenge solo, a little bit ahead of herself, has to come back and pick it up. Second attempt back to Griffin. Griffin with the hand pass. It's good stuff from Clare, showing signs of what they're capable of. Sent inside now to the substitute, Grania Nolan. Nolan comes back, surveying her options. She'll come back again. Sola's on the right, and another. Should be wise not to bounce it. Oh, outside of the football. Lovely ball inside to Marianne, and she can add to her tally. And yep, the umpire points across, says put up the white flag, as they move now to 2 goals and 7, and she has got, yep, you guessed it, 2 goals and 6 of that. So while she may be on the losing side, she's certainly shown why she's going to be a marked player in the coming weeks against Kerry and Tipperary. As Jane, in fact Emma Lawler claims the kick out. Back to 5 points, but clock certainly against the Banner County. This shot is going to go to the left hand side and wide. So the shooting, in fairness to both sides, has been quite accurate when we've had it. Just the 4th wide now for Laois, as Glynn gets on with it. 2 players on the deck. The referee says play on. Well, in fact, he's going to halt it here now. He's wearing the mic'd up earpieces this afternoon. Sinead O'Keefe from the Banner back to her feet. Referee is going to throw the ball up. No, in fact, he's going to give Clare the free, I think. Bit of communication with his fellow match officials. Great to see the 7 of them made their way here. And there is the full-time whistle blown by referee Paul Burke. Well, few would have believed you if you said after just 7 minutes that it would be 2-2 to no score in favour of Clare, that they would be beaten by 5 points. But that is what's happened. Laois turning the tables on them, inching their way into the contest. And as Mo Nerney with the 2 goals for them, they led by 1 at the interval, kicked on early in the second half, adding to that lead with 5 points. The early exchanges, sorry, a goal and 5 early in the second half to stretch Clare. Clare, a little bit of a rally late on, but unfortunately for them, they just come up short. The full-time scoreline here in Cretty Yard, it is the Lidl Ladies Division 2A contest between Clare and Laois. It is finished Laois 2 goals and 12 points, Clare 2 goals and 7.